All right, so welcome to Team Forever Strong's weekly team call. Today is the first day of June, guys. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe I can't even hang outside in the nice weather at my house because of our infestation of caterpillars that we have. But whatever, we're just gonna go with it. At least the sun is shining. So thanks for being flexible and jumping on tonight instead of tomorrow night. I'm gonna be leaving tomorrow after Landon has school to go off to another leadership retreat for the weekend. So I appreciate you guys being here tonight with us. And we have a lot of things to go over, a lot of things on my laundry list and a lot of new specials and prizes and all that. So I'm just gonna dive right into it so that we can get right into the main part of the call. So I got my notes. All right, so we have all the new groups and all that stuff. The whole cover photo in the team page has been updated, so make sure that you check it out if you are looking for when any of the groups are going to be starting or anything like that. So we have a couple promotions. We have the 21-day fix and the 21-day fix extreme challenge pack is on sale for $140. So that's awesome because it's the most popular program. It's a good one too with the summer right here around the corner. And then there's also the 21-day fix kickstart challenge pack and the 21-day fix extreme kickstart challenge pack. And that one just comes also with everything that you get in the 21-day fix challenge pack, but then also the 3-day refresh. And that's for $180, which is a really good deal too. I'm going to be running a free group this month. I'm just deciding which one I want to do. It's not going to be a free clean eating group though. It's going to be something totally different. So stay tuned for that. I'll be posting that and updating it within the next few days. We also have a 21-day fix challenge group. It's starting on June 20th, but guys, don't wait. If you have a group of people right now that you're talking to who are interested in doing it, you know, they don't have to wait till the 20th. You can start a group of your own. You can pair up with other coaches on the team. You can post on the team page and ask if anybody already has one running that you can add them to. So, you know, don't feel like you have to base all of your invites around these dates that we have for the team. These are just groups to have in place so that there's always a place to plug people into. But I mean, I always tell people that I'm running these groups all the time. So I don't just use that one date when I'm talking to people. Coach Basics for brand new coaches will be starting on the 6th of the month. So we still do have the self-paced one, but then we also have another one that will be starting on June 6th. That will be the daily post that will go up. So the people will have to go in and check in every single day. It'll be on a schedule. And then we're going to be having the weekly team calls for that, which will be on Tuesday nights. So starting June 7th will be the very first call for brand new coaches on the team for Coach Basics, June 7th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will be doing those once a week. I've had a lot of people request to have the original Coach Basics back. That was much more structured like this versus the self-paced training. So that's why I am doing it this way as well. So we'll have that. We also have the Coach Blitz. For anybody interested in learning about coaching, definitely guys, take advantage of these groups, especially if you guys are already current diamonds on the team. You want to be leading by example for your team. Unless you're off already doing your own, that's a different story. But if you're not, you should be in these, adding people, paving the way for your team so that way they can learn from you and see what you're doing because your coaches are going to mimic everything that you do. All right, so take advantage of these groups, especially if you are a brand new coach on the team. You might not feel comfortable talking about coaching yet. I remember what that was like. So these Coach Blitzes are an awesome way to get people to understand and learn about what coaching is and take the pressure completely off of you. I've already done all the work for you, so you literally just have to invite people to it and plug them in and then just be in the group with them so that you can cheer them on, support them, you know, comment on their comments that they're going to be doing during it. And it's really a lot of fun, and I've had the most success getting my active coaches with doing these Coach Blitzes versus any other thing that we've ever done. So take advantage of them and make sure you're always adding people to them. All right. We have a Push to Diamond group going on right now. So if you didn't know about this, now say you know, you hear everybody talk about becoming a diamond on the team and how important it is, and that this is the very beginning of where your business can start to shift and take to a whole new level. This is where it begins to get serious. And usually when coaches come on, we tell them that it's a 90-day goal to become a diamond coach. So it's definitely something that you want to have down on your goal board if you're a newer coach. So right now we do have a Push to Diamond group specifically for people who want to become diamonds by Summit by June 23rd. Now, if you're not going to Summit, it's okay. Still let me know, or let your upline coach know, and you can be added to it. So if you are, you know, you're really going balls to the wall with this, you know, you're giving it all and you are dead serious about this business and you want to build it, just request to be added to it for the extra support and accountability. And there's going to be tips in there from our other leaders that are already diamonds. There's going to be a diamond shirt that is given out to any coach in the network. So from corporate, they're going to be giving any coach in the entire network that becomes a diamond coach in the month of June. They're going to get this shirt. It actually looks like this. I got one last year. It looks like this, Team Beachbody Diamond Coach. And then on the sleeve too, it says the same thing here. Month of Diamonds, as you can see. So if you have a coach that gets to diamond this month, you also get one as well too. So that's how I got that last year. I had a coach that became a diamond in June. What is it? Oh, never mind. I made a mistake. Sorry. The coach doesn't get it this year. Darn it. Sorry, guys. But anyways, if you are a new coach and you become a diamond this month, you will get one of those, and it's really soft, and I still wear it all the time because I like it the way it feels, and it's just nice. And you guys are rare. Once you become diamonds, they are rare in the company. So you definitely want to push for this. So like I said, if you want to be added to it, definitely let me or your upline coach know. We can add you in, and you can be with other people on this exact team who have the same goal as you, who are going to be pushing hard to achieve this diamond rank goal. All right, tomorrow morning. So it's going to be 3 a.m. Pacific time, 6 a.m. Eastern time. Carl Deichler, the CEO, is going to be doing his pop-up surge. And he told us in the wall, this is a group that I'm part of for 5-star diamonds and above, that is extremely important. And he has something he needs to share with everyone. So I would set your alarms, 6 a.m. I know all the moms on here, probably up anyways. Just tune in, make sure you're on Facebook, and listen to what he has to say. Share it with your coaches too if they're not on this call right now. All right, what am I missing? Lots of things, guys. It's crazy this month. See what I'm telling you about how the shift is happening? Like, these months come and it goes nuts. So Success Club 10 this month, if you are going to Summit and you wanted to be part of the Success Club party, you had to hit Success Club 10 last month and Success Club 10 this month to be part of the concert. And they just released that Billy Idol will be there performing live. So I am so excited, guys, to be there. So everybody who went crazy last night and locked it in, we're going to do it again this month, and we're going to make it happen mid-month so we're not stressed out at the end of the month. A whole new month ahead of us. So I'm really excited about that. So Success Club 10 this month for those of you guys who are looking to join us there. Also, too, for Summit, if you want to be part of getting a spot in the new Country Heat workout and participate live with Autumn Calabrese, and they are going to be filming it, the top 100 21-day fix challenge pack sellers for this month will be able to do that, which is pretty cool. So for those of you who are competitive, there you go. Get moving. Also, too, for Summit, I know you guys are super pumped to meet the trainers and you want to do all that kind of stuff. So they are doing a special thing where they are taking the top 800 Success Club points during the month of June for you to earn a super trainer photo op, which is really cool. So if you've never done that, it's awesome, and it's great for your business too, to be able to share those pictures with others that you have actually met and hung out with the trainers and talked to them, and it's awesome. So top 800 Success Club points from people in the network for June. And then last but not least, if you get Success Club 5 this month, you will get a free webcast with Marcus Buckingham, and he is a top business and personal development speaker. So lots of good stuff, guys, going on this month. You don't want to miss out. We're going to start today. We're starting fresh. We are looking forward. We are looking ahead down the road. Everything in the past is history. It doesn't matter. We're taking those things, like I said today in my live video, and the discouraging times, the goals that you didn't meet, whatever. We're learning from them, and we are taking that and moving forward. All right. Does anybody have any questions about all that before I go into the, the call now? Nope, doing good. All right. So dehydrated. All right. So tonight we are going to be talking about how to duplicate success and create lifers in this business. So it's one thing to have success just yourself, right, in this business. But what's even more important is your ability to be able to duplicate the process with your coaches. How well you can duplicate and get your coaches to do what you are doing. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So we did this activity actually back at the New Leaders Conference, like almost 2 years ago now when I went. And this was something that really, really helped me out. So you can take out a piece of paper if you want, or you can do this little thing, this little activity at the end of the call or later tonight or tomorrow. But what you should do is, I want you to think of who your ideal coach would be. Think of the characteristics that you would want in your ideal coach. And then write them down. So you can think of like 10 ideal characteristics of your ideal coach that you would have. So I'll give you some of mine. I'm not going to go through every single one, but some of mine that I had written down where I wanted someone who was driven, they'd be coachable, they'd be funny, they'd be outgoing, hardworking, confident, kind, humble. Those are just some things that my ideal coach would have. All right. Those are the characteristics that I'm looking for in a person when I am trying to build the team. And so you are then going to you can even go right on Google and do this, guys, and just find a picture of that person, of what that person would look like. So, because you want to try to narrow it down to like your niche market, like who are you talking to when you are making your posts on social media, right? So for me, it was a picture of just a mom that had 2 little kids at home, because when I started this, Kirsten was only 4 months old and Landon was 22 months old. So it was just a mom, just an average mom, okay, that was at home with the 2 little kids. And I printed it out. So you can find this ideal person, print it out, put it in your notebook, and put the 10 characteristics of that person written out next to that picture. So you're going to need to do that so that way you can figure out who your niche is. And that way, when you sit down to do your posts every single day on social media, that is who you will be talking to, will be that person. And so it helps if you have the picture out with the characteristics. You can post while you're looking at that picture so you can kind of see. Because if you just are throwing out posts out there every day, just random broad posts that aren't really narrowed down to your niche, it's going to be really hard to narrow it down and have people want to join you, because you're not really making it specific and clear with who you're trying to attract. So you would talk to that person every time that you sit down to do a post. You would pretend that you were talking to that person, and you're going to be talking to that person as if you were talking to yourself before you became a coach. So for me, for example, when I sit down to make my post and I'm trying to attract the coaches that I want to come into this business, onto Team Forever Strong, I'm talking to the exhausted, mom who has no time to work on themselves, who is in tons of debt, who has, low self-esteem because they are overweight from having their 2 babies and they can't seem to get it off, stressed out because they might have to leave their babies and go back to work. So they're wishing that they, could just continue to stay at home. So you would look at all those different things of what you were before you became a coach. Or if you're brand new, like you're going to be doing that now, like who you are now, you're going to be talking to. So if you notice, if you watch any of my posts, like I don't talk to someone who's in the situation that I'm in now. I'm talking to me 2 years ago, because I want moms and other people who are in the same situation as me to understand that they can do this and things can change for them. And I want to be relatable to them. Okay. So think of all of the fears that you had, right, when you first became a coach, and then try to see it through their eyes and approach it that way when you are making your post on social media. So this will really help you guys. If you have your picture, you have the characteristics, you pretend you're talking to them, especially face to face, have it all printed out, and constantly look at that when you are making your posts, especially your coaching posts. So like attracts like in this business. And so a lot of times when you come onto this, right, you're told to follow all these different coaches. You know, you're told to follow all these different top coaches. And it's great, but it can also be a bad thing for you because you can start to follow all of these other coaches and then get, I don't know, look at them and you might be like, oh, that's a great idea. I'll do that. And then you end up, instead of using certain ideas to give you inspiration and make it your own, you end up almost trying to be that other person. And then you're not being yourself and you're not being genuine to yourself. You're not being your authentic self at all. So sometimes, like, if you get stuck in that rut where you feel like you're looking at too many other people's things, just stop going to their page. So honestly, that's a really good tip that I wanted to share with you guys, because when I first became a coach, and even to this day, I never went to any of the other coaches, any of the top coaches' walls ever and looked at what they were doing. I just did my own thing and was myself. And that's what you want to do, guys, because you want people to be attracted to you. And when you try to be somebody else that you're not, people can tell and people can feel that and they can see that, because it just doesn't seem natural and it doesn't even seem like you. So you want to just be yourself. So you want to be fun. You want to be fun when you're making your posts on social media. You want to add value every single day with the post that you make. Stop worrying about what other people are going to think about you. You are not trying to attract your family members, or you are not trying to attract the person who already knows every single thing about you, who's known you your whole entire life. If you do, that's awesome, but it usually doesn't happen like that. You are trying to attract new people who are watching you, who are, getting inspired from you. And so you want to if you just speak from your heart and you are genuine, you will attract those people to you. So share your story, like your story, over and over and over again. And, you'll notice if you're ever seeing any of my posts, it's very repetitive. But I'm not doing it for you guys, and I'm not doing it for Nick, and I'm not doing it for my mom who's on Facebook, or my sister who knows all that. I'm doing it because we are constantly growing our network, because this is our profession, right? It's all social media. So there are constantly boatloads of new people watching me who know nothing about me. They don't know the story that you guys all know about me and how I got into this and how we've progressed and where we were when we started. And so that's why it's important. Even though you may sound like a broken record, trust me, you're not. There are new people watching you all the time who don't know your story. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to a couple people about coaching over the past month, and they've been watching me on Facebook for a while. And I even came out and I said to them, you've heard my story before, I'm sure. I say all the time. And they said, no, actually, I don't know anything about it. I'd love to hear it. Can you share it with me? And I was like, whoa, I thought I was sharing this a lot. I guess I'm apparently not sharing it enough. So it's important to share that same story, your genuine story, over and over again. And be excited, guys, when you talk to people. I was looking at, I'm not going to say any names, but there are some brand new coaches in my downline. I keep an eye on everyone in the downline. I know what everyone's doing. I know the up and coming rock stars and who they are and what's going on. And if you go and you look at their walls, they're like pumped up all the time, super excited. And they're showing that. And you can tell it's genuine, that they love this. They're excited. They're excited to be on this journey. And people see that and sense that, and they want to be a part of that. So be excited when you're on social media. Be excited when you're talking to people behind the scenes in private message. Be excited when you're talking to people face to face. That's why I always use a lot of exclamation points, smiley faces. All that stuff goes a long way, especially when you're typing to people, because people can't hear it in your voice. So be excited. All right. The 4 vital behaviors, guys. So there are 4 vital behaviors now. There used to be 3, but now they came up with the 4th one, and it makes perfect sense. So they have invite, personal development, be proof the product works, and recognition. So for duplication to really work, like you want to build a team and you want to be able to duplicate yourself, you have to sit down and give yourself an honest to God assessment. Are you really doing the 4 vital behaviors every single day? Because you can't sit there and tell your coaches to do something if you're not doing it yourself. And what they see you doing, they are going to mimic. So you can't say, you know, the 4 vital behaviors and you got to invite and you have to hit Success Club. If you're not inviting and you're not hitting Success Club, they're not going to do that. And that's not cool to do. So sit down and give yourself an honest check. Are you really doing these things every single day? Are you talking about the products? Are you talking about the products? Not, you know, going and getting stock photo images from the website, because that's just, no one wants to see that. They can go to the website and see that on themselves, you know. Are you sharing what the products and the programs have done for you in your own way so people can relate to you? Are you sharing your progress? Are you maybe being like too salesy about things, right? We don't want to be salesy, and that's one thing that, you know, I think our team is really good at. We always teach sharing on this team, and you'll never see anybody like holding up dollar bills like the It Works people and some of the other ones, you know, where they're like holding up dollar bills being like, want to earn like $500 in one day? You'll never see any of that. It's true, genuine sharing progress about how you've developed and grown by using these programs and products and how it can help others. And that's what I love about this, and I love about this team. So keep an eye on your coaches though, because you want to teach your coaches the right way to share. And especially when new coaches come on, it's the whole social media thing is new and getting used to posting, and you need guidance sometimes. So if you see, you know, something that just like really shouldn't be posted, just kindly just message them and tell them like, oh, you know, I think that maybe you should have worded it this way. It's constructive criticism, right? And you want to help your coaches and you want to help your team. So make sure that you're helping them with their posts. And you need to, most importantly, be working on you. You need to be constantly working on you, being in a fitness program, drinking your shake, doing the workout every single day, be participating in a challenge group, and then be sharing that growth and that progress every single day so that people can watch you. Personal development. So this is huge, guys, all right? Personal development really is, it's probably the most important thing that you could do, because it helps get your mind right and it helps grow you. And you can't grow unless, you can't help others grow unless you're working on yourself every single day, which is why I always recommend that when you come on, you start and you continue reading for at least 10 to 15 minutes every single day. And if you don't like reading books, it's not a big deal, right? You can do podcasts, there's Audible, there's all different things that you can do. It doesn't have to be a legit book. But one of the key things in this business is confidence. And so if you are a brand new coach on the team, or even if you're not and you're still struggling with that confidence piece, pick up that copy of the book You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero and read it. Because people can sense the vibe if you are not confident. And especially if you're saying like, I don't know, like I just don't feel confident. Well, it's kind of like if you're saying that, then I'm sure it's shining through on the other side and people can sense that too. Because whatever you say and you feel is really what is portrayed, right? So you want to make sure that you're working on that. If everything's all set in that area with your confidence, then you definitely want to be doing personal development, guys, but pick something in an area that you need help with. Like don't just pick up a book because somebody said, oh, you know, The 5 Levels of Leadership is an awesome book to read. If that's not where you're at and that's not where you need help with, then you shouldn't be reading that book. So we have a list of different personal development books in the file section on the team page, so you can check it out if you need help. But make it a habit to do it every single day. Maybe if you're putting on your makeup to get ready for work, maybe if you're in your car driving around somewhere, driving to work, dropping your kids off somewhere. You know, if you're doing your workout, if you really know the workout really well, put on some personal development in the background. I do that a lot too. You know, whenever you can learn, you should be taking advantage of it, because that is going to help you. And then your team is going to see it and they're going to know that, all right, well, if she's having success, I mean, she's doing this personal development, I better make sure I'm doing that too. And they're going to follow your lead. And that's part of creating duplication right there. because you want to make sure that you get that confidence piece nailed down, because people aren't going to want to go with you and sign up with you or do anything with you if they can sense that you are kind of wishy-washy and you're not really sure where you're going with this and you're kind of all over the place. Like, they want to go with someone who's like, we're in, I'm doing this, we're going all the way here. I'm showing up every day. I'm consistent. I'm reliable. You can trust me. Let's do this together. They're going to be drawn to you and they're going to want to go with you. And you want to get vulnerable too when you are posting on social media. And so reading a lot of personal development helps get you past that, because being vulnerable on social media is really scary. I remember when I first made my first post about our whole financial situation from back in the day, about how much debt we were in, and I literally was purple in the face, and I hit enter and I ran and hid, and I didn't look at one comment or I didn't even want to see what people were saying because I was so worried. But that opened up a huge more network of people who could relate to me. And who, people started messaging me, and it was good for them to see what was really going on in my life. There are a lot of people who open up and make posts about how they had postpartum depression, just depression in general, eating disorders, all these different things. People are just sharing to try to inspire others, and it attracts people and it helps people so much. So you don't need to dive right in and go crazy, but you definitely do want to be vulnerable, because you want to share the good, the bad, the ugly, the whole piece. You don't want to appear perfect. So by doing a lot of personal development, it really helps you get over that, and helps it become just a little bit easier when you do go to become, more vulnerable. All right. Invite and connect every single day with people. So you want to make sure that you are, no matter what, there is not a day that goes by. I understand people get sick, they have things that go on. But even if it's just a couple people, you want to make sure that you are inviting and you're connecting every single day with people. You can't just post on social media and expect to build a business. It won't happen. It literally will not happen. You'll be motivating to people. You will definitely be inspirational to people. You'll be adding value, but you will not build a business. You have to do that piece and go the extra step and do the behind the scenes work. That's where all the action is. The people who build big businesses, it all goes down behind the scenes. It's stuff that you don't see happening. So just think carefully about that, because I know a lot of people think that they can just come on and make a post that they're, a coach and that they're doing this program and they're sharing their workouts, and why isn't anybody joining me? You got to do that piece every single day, but then you got to go out there and you got to start connecting and forming relationships and building relationships with new people. And so you need to work off of a list. You need to have a list. And that's why I have my huge notebook. Anybody that I come in contact with, I don't care who the heck they are, I put their name down on my list as someone that I can connect with and reach out to and talk to. So you need to have a list of people, a list of names that you're working from all the time. Carry it with you everywhere you go. Sometimes I even have to just make notes in my little list on my phone if I'm out and I don't have my notebook with me. Whatever works for you, but you need to be working off of a list. And take the time to get to know these people, right? And comment on their things, post messages to them about just something that you saw, like their things, comment on their things, really just get to know them. And then the last piece is the recognition for your team. So it's really important, guys. If you want your team to be motivated and you want them to do well and you want them to stick with this and you want them to go all the way with you, you got to give tons of recognition and praise and up and down and left and right. You have to do it because it makes you feel so good, and it lets them know that they're doing the right thing, especially when people are new. It's so good to get that recognition, or, it doesn't even matter. Even if you signed up your first person, you should be giving your coach a shout out in the team page, being like, hey, awesome, I'm so proud of so-and-so. They helped their first person today. They're so excited. That's, one person getting started on their health and fitness journey. You want to do that, as much as possible. And then you want to continue that, because who doesn't like being recognized, right? For their hard work. Everybody likes to be recognized, especially our team, because we have a lot of blue personalities and sapphires, And I am that way too. And I like that too. Like, I like getting recognitions. It's like, all right, good. Like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm going down the right path. So it's important to do that and notice these things. And I know sometimes you can get busy and caught up, but you really need to pay attention. You really need to pay attention to what your coaches are doing. So recognition is huge. Hold on a second, guys. So now you've done all of that, right? Like, you're doing all these things. You're doing it every day. You're in, you're proof the product works. You're doing all that. You're hitting Success Club. And now you have a brand new coach, your first brand new coach. And I'm not going to go into the getting started right stuff because that's a whole nother call, but you can find it on my YouTube page. But you have a brand new coach. Guys, make sure that you get super pumped about this for them and that you welcome them into the team page and that you help them. Do not rely on your upline coach to take over and train your coaches, okay? Your upline coach is there and is more than happy to do calls and help them too. Like, I dive way down into my downline if I see people doing amazing things just to make sure that they get the support that they need. But if you're bringing on an active coach, it's your responsibility. Help them. Don't just plug them into the coach basics and be like, see you later. Like, it's going to take care of itself. You're going to be fine. Help them every single step of the way. Reach out to your upline coach and be like, all right, listen, I just got a brand new coach. Like, I really want to make sure I'm doing things right. Why don't we set up a call? Like, you can totally do that. But just make sure though that you're paying attention to important posts in the page and that you're tagging your coaches so that they are aware of all this stuff, because it can get really busy with all the different posts coming in since the team is so big. But just more importantly, get excited for your new coach, show that excitement, and give them a warm welcome into the team page. All right. Help them be resourceful. I'm not going to lie, guys. This is a huge downfall of mine. I tend to hold way too many hands. It's something I'm working on right now. I've been working on this for a long time. It's like I'm like that with my kids at home, just like way too like hands-on and controlling. And I did that for a long, long time in this business, and it's not good to do. And I'm still working on that. Like, you definitely don't want to be that coach that is the hand holder. All right. You want to, because trust me, it is way too overwhelming, and it's ridiculous. You want to give them everything they need to be successful and let them be resourceful. You really do have to do that. You have to just let go and let them be independent entrepreneurs and let them be resourceful and encourage them to come to you. Yeah, if they need help, but also encourage them to YouTube it, use the FAQ, post on the team page, Google, whatever it is, go into the coach online office and look through the training tabs. You want to help them be self-starters and get them to understand that this is their own business and that their success is really all on them. It doesn't matter, guys. I promise you right now, it doesn't matter how much you hold their hand. You can't lead a horse to water and get them to drink. Okay. I was telling Nick like the other day, it's like my dog Kona. Okay. He's not really the smartest one. He really doesn't know many commands. You say sit and he doesn't sit. And I literally take his butt and I'm like, Kona, sit. And I'm like, sit down. I'm like pushing his butt down until he finally sits down. You can't be like that with your coaches on the team. Even if they're right there in front of the water and you're like, why won't you drink? If they don't want it, then they don't want it. And there's literally nothing that you can do about that. And you need to be okay with it and just move on and spend your time focusing on the people who are doing it and who really want it. Okay. Because all the information is there for people to have super success with this as a business. All right. So just don't be a hand holder. I'm telling you, it was a big mistake of mine that I did for a very, very, very long, long time. Way longer than I'd like to admit. All right. Your team culture. So this is really important too, guys, right? You want to have your own team page, right? So you want to come up with your own team name, and you want to create a team culture that is inviting, that's positive, that's upbeat, that's a place where people can go where it's a non-judgment zone. And so you want to make sure that you're remaining positive and that you're showing up and posting in your page every day. So if you have a page right now, even if no one's liking anything, post in it every single day. Because like I said, your active coaches, when they come on, they're going to see you doing this and they're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. So I should actually have my own page and I should be doing this too. And they're going to start asking you about it. But if you just add them to your team page and then you never show up, they're going to be like, they're not even going to think anything of probably having their own team page right away at least. So make sure that you're showing up every single day and just leading by example every single day, posting something in that group for them to see. Hosting your team calls, you can do them once a month. If that's good for you, if you're brand new and you only have a couple coaches, it's okay. Do them once a month. Just get them together. You have it be low key and laid back. Talk about your whys, the vision. Keep it simple, but have something in place once a month. Make sure that you are encouraging them, like I said, to be self-starters and to be sufficient on their own. All right, that's really important, okay? Sometimes if you hold hands too much, guys, it ends up holding people back, and preventing them from really being able to take over and go the distance with it. Trust me, I've been there. All right. So this is another good thing too. I'm going to show it on my page here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Hold on. Let me do this here. All right. Whoops. All right. Let me see if I can get to this here. Here it is. All right. Can you guys see that? So this is actually from the Bombshell Dynasty. And we did this exact GEM personality test at our new leaders retreat that I went to when I was like 5 or 6 months in as a coach. I can't remember. But it was really helpful because what happens is, right, you're a certain way. Like everybody is a certain personality. And you tend to try to treat your team that way based on your personality type, right? And what motivates you, you think is going to motivate your entire team. And that's not the case. Not everybody is motivated by the same exact thing. So it's really good to have this chart handy, have your team, and I will post a link for the test that you can pass on to your team and that all you guys can do too, if you want to do it again too, to figure out what gem they are. So that way you can make a list of this and you can put everybody's name under it or next to it so that you can see what they like to be motivated by. So it's basically to help motivate your team. You have to find what is going to motivate them. So if you look, there's 4 different types. So there's Emerald, Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire. The Emerald on the team, they're motivated by facts and figures. They love to analyze and think things through. They like to plan ahead and organize and create systematic ways of doing things. They can't stand being late or when people don't follow the rules or do things the right way. And then not understanding things completely before jumping in. So they like to be like, these are the coaches that come on and they're like, all right, wait a minute. I need to have every single thing in place before I get started so I feel with it and organized before I dive into this. Those are the Emeralds, right? So if you're trying to motivate them, like Success Club prizes, like to try to help them hit Success Club every month, those coaches with that gem are motivated, by like things like planners, colorful Sharpies, the gel markers, journals, things like that can help them organize, like the little tabs that you can put in, like they love that kind of stuff. Then there are the Pearls. So these people are motivated by helping others. And by the way, this is a good test too to have like your spouse do, people in your family do. You'll start to see, it can really be helpful if you learn about how the other people are, like what personality they are, what they're motivated by. So helping others, they enjoy being a part of something bigger than themselves. They love small gatherings and entertaining. They have a calm demeanor and are often introverts. They can't stand confrontation, people who are overly loud or pressured to perform. So they hate people like me. I'm extremely loud. And so the best gift for people like them is they want to feel like appreciated and know that like you acknowledge them and that they mean something to you. So any kind of personalized gift that you can get, something more on the sentimental side for these people to show that you genuinely care about them as a person and that you're recognizing their hard work that they're doing. And then there are the Rubies. So they're motivated by a challenge or a goal. They thrive off of pressure to achieve, in it to win it attitude, natural born leaders and entrepreneurs willing to work beyond where most will. And they can't stand complacency. Others lack of drive, not living up to their own potential. So they like to just, like, they're the ones, like, they want to be at the top. They want to be number one. You know, they're the ones that you'll see at the top of the Success Club leaderboard every single month. And when they're not there the next month, they're like, damn it, I can't believe that I wasn't there that month. Those are those people. The best gift for people like them, you know, they like more like of the finer things, you know, in life. You know, spa gift certificates, maybe like even like a gift certificate to Victoria's Secret, a shopping gift card, you know, something like that, more lines of line like that, so they can go out and actually buy something that they really want. So gift cards are really good for people like that. And then you get the sapphire. So most of the team, when we did the test, they're sapphires, and I'm a sapphire myself too. So most of these people were motivated by fun and recognition. They love to dance, talk, sing, and have a good time everywhere they go. They are oftentimes disorganized and a little messy, but their positivity and optimistic outlook on life is contagious. And I will tell you, I am so disorganized. They can't stand rules or being told what to do or being on a schedule. So the best gift is like a game, like something that they can participate in and have fun doing. And that's why you see me sometimes do those like bingo games, right, on the team, to like try for people to hit Success Club and stuff. Like they love doing stuff like that, like being part of a game and a point system and things like that. You get points for this amount of people, and it's just fun being like that. So I would highly recommend doing that test with your coaches and figuring it all out, because sometimes if you have certain coaches that are like, I just don't know like how to help them, like I just don't understand why they're not moving, maybe if you just dive a little bit deeper and find out what they're motivated by, it could help them. It's not going to help everybody. Some people just aren't going to do it, but at least you can take that extra step and figure that out. All right, and this is the last thing on my list here. I actually need to go back to screen sharing. Dope. So this is a really good way to figure out how well you can really duplicate yourself. All right, a reality checklist. So I actually have a bunch of different reality checklists for coaches. And I have some of them actually saved in the file section of our team page. But it's good to look at this, because if you're ever wondering, like, why aren't my coaches doing the things I want them to do, you can look at this reality checklist here and just ask yourself if you are doing those things. Remember, guys, your coaches are going to follow you. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. If you are doing nothing, chances are your coaches are going to do nothing. But if they see you showing up and you're putting in the work and you're doing all the vital behaviors and you're on the Success Club leaderboard, they're going to see you doing that. And they're going to be like, wait a minute, I need to do that too. I want to be on the Success Club leaderboard. I want to be successful. They are going to follow suit. That's just the way it is. So you can rate yourself. You can actually look at this and check it off and see if you're doing these things every single day. Are you doing the vitals? Are you posting 3 to 5 times a day on social media? So if you're a brand new coach, just shoot for 2 to 3, but every day. Are you trying to sell? Like, are you trying too hard to sell the products, right? Just think about how you're posting. And I always imagine myself honestly sitting in a room with this person that I'm talking to. Like, what I really say, like what I'm typing, would I really say that in person with that person? So that's a good way to look at it when you're posting. Do you have a transformation that you can share? Are you running monthly challenge groups? Are you hitting Success Club every month? Are you joining the team calls and listening to the National Wake Up Call? And I know I can't listen into the National Wake Up Call when it happens because I'm with the kids, but I always catch the replay. So you can do that. Are you sharing stories and getting vulnerable? Have you finished the training? So guys, there's a lot of times, actually most of the time, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of, if you start a training, guys, or if you're putting a training, finish it. Be in it. Be committed. Show up every day. Participate, engage, and complete it. All right? Don't show up. Show up for like a week. and then quit on yourself and not finish it. Like, you have to complete the trainings. That's where you learn everything that there is to learn about this business, whether it's for the new coach basics training, an emerald to diamond training, or a diamond push group and you're trying to get your diamond back, or you're trying to advance to diamond. Be in the group every single day and finish it until it's done. Are you engaged every single day? So you checking into your team page, or this team page if you don't have your own yet, and checking in with your coaches. Are you addressing your fears and stepping outside of your comfort zone? Guys, it is to the point really where I purposely like to do things now that kind of scare the SHIT out of me, because I know that it is going to help grow me. And especially after being in this business now for almost 2 years, you can start to get a little comfortable, you know, and Nick will say to me, what exactly, like, what would scare you, like, with this business? Because I really don't have a fear anymore of standing up and talking in front of people. That doesn't scare me. But I mean, definitely doing live videos on my personal wall scares the living crap out of me. So I know I need to do that more. But I know each time I do that and I confront a fear of mine or something that really scares me, I know it's going to help bring me to the next level, and it's going to grow me. So you need to face those fears head on and just dive in, and it's going to grow you. It really is going to grow you. Do you have a clear understanding of your story? Have you written out your goals and shared them? So I know I've done that a lot with you guys. I have my goals. I have a goal board. I have it on my computer, my background here. I have it on my whiteboard upstairs. I have it on the background of my phone. I literally, everywhere I look, my goals are there. So have you really sat down and written out what your goals are and have them someplace that you can see, and share them with your team so that they can see how serious you are about it? Like, guys, you know that I want this team to be a top 10 team. I want us to be a superstar team. And I want other people, I want to know who you are that wants that too. Because I know they're out there, and they're very rare, but I know they're out there. But I want to know who you are. But you guys all know my huge goals, right? Because I've made them pretty clear and I've said them a lot. And it doesn't matter if I hit them or not when I want to hit them. Those are my goals. And if I don't end the year as a top 10 team, whatever, it's going to happen eventually, right? It's going to happen eventually. And you keep working towards those goals. But you need to have goals written down so that you know what direction you're taking your business in, right? With no goals, it's kind of like you're walking through the woods aimlessly and you don't know how to get out. So you need to have your goals written down. And if you need help, reach out to your upline coach and they can help you come up with some goals that would best fit with your story and what your why is and, your reason for being in this business. Are you tracking your business? So I know this is a big one that sometimes people can forget, but it's the most important thing that you can do is tracking your business. And I know I talked about it really briefly on my live call earlier this morning, but whether you're using the business activity tracker, or you're using a notebook, or you're using a planner, or you're using whatever, an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works for you, you need to be tracking the business. So that way, when you don't reach these goals that you're going for, or if you fall short, and say, I don't know, say you fall short of something that you wanted to do, you can look back at your tracker and you can see oh, okay, well, I actually didn't do this. So this is where you're going to track, how many people you reached out and invited every day. Okay, I posted on social media at least 3 times today. Check, I did that. I did all my follow-ups. Okay, check, I did that. I added new friends to my network today. Yep, did that. Did my personal development. Yep, I did that. All right, checked in with my challenge group and got my workout and got my shake-in. Check and did that. All right, if you're not tracking and you're not tracking how many people you're talking to, then you can't really see where you need help and where you need improvement. And then you can't really help your coaches either, because you can't really help yourself because you don't even know where the heck you're going wrong. So you need to make sure that you have some system that works for you. For me, it's my crazy notebook that's a complete disaster area, and that is what works for me. So just do what works for you. And are you digging into your why? So it's okay if you have multiple ones and your why is going to change over time. But with every single thing that you do, you have to think, is this getting me closer to that? Is this activity of what I'm doing right now getting me closer to that? When I first started as a coach, I'm going to stop screen sharing here. When I first became a coach, I had that one why and one why only. And it was just, I was going to have to go back to work and leave my kids. So I needed to make some kind of income. I was looking for like, I don't even know, not even that much, like $500. How much was I looking for, Nick? Like 1,000? I was literally like looking to make $300 or $400 a week. That was my goal. I did not have like this huge why that you hear now. Like I never thought about replacing my teacher salary. I never thought about earning 6 figures. I never thought about having a team that was an elite team at the top of the company, all these things. I never thought about retiring Nick from his job so he could do this with me full time. It was just, let's just try to earn a couple $100 every week so that we can keep ourselves afloat. We'd still be in deep trouble financially, but at least we could keep ourselves afloat, and we wouldn't be dipping down any further. And that was my why. That was it. Okay. As time went on, and I had like success after success, it happened over time of me being consistent, then my why changed. So even like most recently now, like my why part of it is definitely, a huge thing now is to get Nick to be able to retire from his job soon. And now we feel even more pressure for this to happen because people at his company are quitting left and right like there's no tomorrow. They're letting go of people, and they're handing everything over to people in India and people overseas that can do these jobs at a much cheaper price. And so he's pretty high up in his company, but he probably only has, like, with his job that he's in right now, like another year left of life expectancy there at his company. And he's not going to look for a new job because that's not an option. Like, he's going to be retired from it. But my point is that we are cranking down now. So when we sit down to work and I sit down to work, everything I do is like, all right, like, it's time to kick this into gear here. Like, you need to get out of that job. All right. So you can just do this with me full time because it's going crazy over there. And it's a lot of stress going on his end. So that's where we're at right now. It's like, everything we do, like, are we talking to enough people? Is there one more person that I can reach out to before I go to bed tonight? Is there one more person I can follow up with? Did I really give it my all? And I literally am doing that now every single day until he's going to be done, because that's just the way I roll, and that's my why. So you need to think about what is going to drive you. It can't just be like, I want to hit Success Club, because that's just not, like, that's not your why. Like, you have to really dig deep and sit down and think about why you are here and why you are committed to this business and what you want it to do for your future and for your family. What do you want that life to look like? And if you're in this for just a hobby, then that's different. But if you're in this for more, then you need to literally be thinking about that every single day when you get discouraged, when you start to question yourself, and you need to think about how important that is for you, that this works. And if you have that in your mind every single day, and you know that you're a lifer, then when you have a tough month, it's going to be like, oh, well, whatever. It's just the seasons of the business. It's up, it's down, it plateaus. I'm in it forever. It's going to be like this. And you're not going to get so stressed out because you're not in it for just 1 month or 2 months. You're in it for the long run. So think about why you're in it and really make sure that you have that why connected. And one last really quick tip too, you can do this when you get off the call, but all those 10 characteristics that you made at the beginning of this call, if you wrote them down for your ideal coach or your ideal customer, whoever it is, you can rate yourself on each of those. So, I had, like I said, driven, funny, outgoing, hardworking, confident. On a scale from 1 to 10, you can go down each one and give yourself an honest assessment of where you're at. So that way you can see what you need improvement on. All right, so that you can work on that and you can grow and you can become better. And then you can help your coaches overcome those things too that they're struggling with as time goes on and you build your team. All right, and I'm going to end with this one quote. So it's, what we want for others doesn't work unless they want it for themselves. And sometimes, guys, if you are spending your time focusing so much on getting certain people to do things, or hit certain goals, you miss out on spending your attention on those people who are the lifers, who are there, showing up, putting in the work, making it happen every single day. You're missing out on those people because you're putting all of your energy into the people who don't really want it, really, is what it boils down to. So make sure that you are spending your energy on the people who want it, and you match their energy levels and their levels in the business here with that. All right, did I miss anything? No, I think that's it. All right, did anybody have any questions about any of this? Anything that I went over about duplicating yourself, growing your team?
I had a question that I put in the chat. Hi.
Hi.
I got my nightgown on.
I love that nightgown.
I mean, get used to it, lady.
I love it.
I wondered what your thoughts were about adding like all your discount coaches to the team page, or how do you do that? And if I missed it, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, no, that's a great question.
Yeah,
no, that's a great question. And I didn't go over it, so you didn't miss it. So when I first started, I created I didn't wait. I waited probably 5 days, and I created Team Forever Strong, and I made the team page. And at the beginning there, I did every single discount coach I had. I told them that I had a team page. I'd tell them like, hey, listen, I have a team page. It's called Team Forever Strong. It's a place for motivation and for updates on our challenge groups. Do you want me to add you to it? So it was almost being run like a challenge group, but more broad. And so I would add them to it. And I would add every single one. Some of them are still in there right now watching. Everything happen. And I would do that. And I would just post in my page every single day, but I would post about, motivational things. I'd do like a motivational quote. I'd do, something about like, don't fall off because it's the weekend. Like, don't let all that hard work go off. I'd share, maybe a recipe. I would let them know when my next upcoming challenge groups we're going to be running and what they were. I'd use it as a place like for people to check in. And then I always added anybody who wanted to become an active coach. What I did, because I was still learning all the ropes and all that, I added them to my page, but then I also added them up to Elizabeth Harkey's page. And so I started out like that, doing that, adding them to mine and also to my upline coach's page, because I was still using her and using the whole thing like as training wheels, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I did that, and probably for the first it was probably around 7 months, 8 months, I started to get a lot more active coaches. And then I started to kind of shift what I was posting in my page to become more of a mix of motivation, and here's some Success Club leaderboards and tips on how to hit Success Club and tips on inviting. And I started doing my weekly calls. I started actually not doing them weekly. I started out doing them once every other week. And we flip-flop between my upline coaches and then mine. And then eventually, it was at the year mark. That's where I stopped adding in discount coaches. I always ask them, I tell them now that I have a team page, do you think that you'd ever be interested in learning more about coaching? You could be a fly on the wall and just kind of watch what we do. If it gets annoying to you and you don't want it, just remove yourself. So I always ask them that now. But at the beginning, I added every single discount coach to that page.
Well, and that's where I feel like I'm at. I added so many, and now I really want to communicate with my actual team and tell them what's going on, and they, just all that business kind of stuff. But I feel bad for the other, but I guess if they aren't interested in it, they won't even look at it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Don't remove people from your group unless they say remove me. Honestly, God, I have coaches that have they've quit, they've totally quit, but they're still on the team page, and I'm not going to remove them because I've had people come around way later. And especially too, you're going to find, guys, most of your awesome active coaches that you're going to get are going to be your challengers. They're going to be those discount coaches that are in your team page. That's how I got a lot of mine. They were people who started out in the challenges, in the team page as a discount coach, watching what we were doing. And then when I would approach them about it, or just from them seeing everything go on, and they loved everything, they wanted to be a part of it. And so I never remove anybody out. If they want to take themselves out, they can take themselves out. But I just feel like if they keep watching, they're going to see something one day, and they're going to want to join.
Well, who wouldn't?
Right. No kidding. You'd be silly not to join us.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't even see all these messages. My whole Zoom is all updated, and I didn't even see them all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the business activity tracker. So it's in our team page in the file section, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the file section, and it's going to be in our new, I don't know why it wasn't in my last Coach Basics, it should be. But it's going to be in our Coach Basics one that's going to be starting on the 6th. But yeah, it basically just breaks it down into all different categories. It's a sheet you can print out. You can print out a bunch of them. And it's like an Excel spreadsheet basically, but it'll say like number of invites, personal development, did my workout. It'll say everything that you need to do to build a successful business with a column next to it so that you can write how many people you talked to, give it a check if you did it, write yes or no, whatever you want. But yeah, in the file section, it is there. And also too, yep, thank you, Christina, in the Coach Online office. Did I miss anything? Oh, all these up here, holy mackerel. No, okay. So do you have to be diamond before you pick a team name and create a page? No, you don't. Honestly, I kind of flip-flopped back and forth between this in the past 2 years of coaching. I started out telling all my coaches that they should pick a team name and create a page, and then I kind of stopped and thought it was too much for them and maybe they should wait to become diamond, and I changed my whole mind on that. I think I think that when you become a coach, you should pick your team name, take some ownership over your business, and create a team page right out of the gate, because it just makes it feel more real. And it makes it realize that this is your business. This is your team. It's going to take time to grow, obviously, but it just makes it, makes you take more ownership. And I actually had, it was Hallie did this, Hallie Browning. She did, I've never seen a coach do this. And it was like, I was like blown away by it, but it was like such a good idea. Like she became a coach and she like did her team name, like right off the bat. She created a team page. She has her whole like format with her pictures. So it's the same like format for a picture for every single thing. And what she uses her team page for is for people who are looking for support with their health and fitness. So they're not even people who've signed up. So she has like 50 or 60 people in there. But she also has the people in there as well who actually signed up to do the 21-day fix with her when she first started. And what's really cool about it is every single time that she brings on someone new who wants to do the 21-day fix, she welcomes them into her page. So she does this picture with the person, with the name, welcome to the page, and she takes a quote from what they said about how basically crappy they're feeling. And like exact specific words of what they're saying of how they're feeling and why they want to do this. And she puts it there in the welcome and she welcomes them in. And she continues to do that for new people. People are constantly sharing their before and after pictures in there. It's like an awesome group. I'm like, how did you know to do all this? This is like crazy. When people are trying new things, like they're constantly sharing in the page there. But this is like her team page. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. But she's asked all these people for permission. Like she didn't just create a group and just add a bunch of people to it. She's gotten permission. These are people who are looking for help and support. But they're watching these people do the 21-day fix and share recipes and support. So it's kind of like almost like a challenge group. And then they're seeing these results, and then she's getting more people on board that way from the group. Some people just want to be in there for the support and the motivation. That's fine too. But she did it from day one. And I like the way that she did it. I thought it was a really creative and awesome idea. I should have her talk to you guys about it sometime because it's really awesome. And it's really an engaged page. So you can do that, and I highly recommend now, guys, just do your own team page. Start your team page, add your discount coaches to it. Don't stress out about it. If you post a motivational post on your wall, put it in your team page. Just do the same one, and run it that way. Like you make it simple for yourselves. But I would, because then it shows that you're going to go all the way with this. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I got my team name, I got my team, and everybody's in here. Like, this is it. Just makes it seem more real. Yeah, so I feel like the sooner the better. Okay, let me scroll down here. Did I miss anything? I think that's it. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on tonight. If there's no other questions, I don't want to keep you guys. I know it was later than usual, but it was good to see you guys again. I love our team calls, and I just had to make sure that we got one in this week since I won't be here tomorrow, and I couldn't let a week go by without seeing your faces, guys. So I hope that you guys have a great night and a great weekend, and let's blow up June, guys. I can feel the shift in the team. People are going crazy. People are signing up people like on the first day of the month, and I can just feel the momentum going, and it's going to take us right into the summer, and it's going to be the best month yet for all of us. So give it all you got, guys, and thanks so much. I can't wait for this weekend. I'll be posting, obviously, every day, so you can follow me on my posts, and I will see you guys next week. All right, have a good weekend, everyone. Bye.